Amnesia, just the smallest little something, a little glimpse of something, and it triggers a memory. And sometimes that's how it is, and the amnesia starts to lift from off of us. You know, Brother Brown talks about the soldier. He talks about the soldier. I'm not going to read it, I'll just paraphrase it. So Brother Brown talks about the soldier, and he's shell-shocked. He comes back, he's on the train, and the soldiers, they let him out for a little stretch of the legs or whatever. And the guy sits there, and he starts looking around, and he starts scratching his face and watching, and he sees the water tower. And he's like looking at the water tower, and then he starts walking, and the soldiers, they kind of watch him from a distance and let him go. And he follows a path around, and he goes around this path, and Brother Brown tells a story, goes around the back and over the back of a hill or something. And there is a house, and there is his father who's waiting for him. And the father says, I always knew you'd come back to me, and so on and so forth. So for this soldier that was lost, the memory that was triggered, it was a water tower. And when we hear the word of God preached, we can't explain it. Just like the soldier, at that point in time, he would not have been able to explain it. See, the soldier, at this point in time when he sees the water tower, don't forget, when we first heard the message, something said, yeah, that's it, yeah. But we still didn't know who we were. We didn't know our identity. This soldier boy, he's there, he sees the water tower, something inside him is tugging on his heart, but he still doesn't know his identity. He walks around the path with every footstep he's taking. The amnesia is fading, but he still doesn't know his identity. He comes face to face with his father. He still doesn't know his identity. It takes the father to identify the son. See, we don't always just like, okay, I heard the message and boom, that was it. Really? Nice testimony. Next story. No. We heard the message. Something inside us is like, mate, there's something there. But it was just something there. And we go further, until eventually we get there. We see through a glass darkly, then face to face. Suddenly we're seeing, mate, mama, that's me. See what I mean? We're going up these steps of life, and by faith we walk. We hear something familiar. It wasn't a water tower, it was maybe something else, but we hear something familiar, and by faith we just keep walking down this little path. We don't know where it's going to end. Did anybody in here know that they would end up sitting in this chair when they were like 12? Anybody? Any hands? No. See, but you're walking by faith. But where you end up is in front of the Father, and it's the voice behind the voice that's actually calling out to you and identifying you. The scream from the eagle was the identification of who he was going to be when he reached maturity. Amen.